mgbe nsogbu bịara Obechukwu ụzọ dike na-abụ agụ na-abụ ntụntụ nwa ndị a na-edoji eje mba Ifeanyi ji ka mba na Nnewi Ikemba the second Ebubechukwu ụzọ global nke ọwụ na-eturu ya nyaza. After the tribute of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah today at the Red Chamber na Abuja, oh, with a comfort to my soul and the shame to his enemies. All the people who are enemies of Ifeanyi Ubah till all the people who are mocking Ifeanyi Ubah both in Nnewi and Igbo, I am telling you people that after the tribute of Ifeanyi Ubah today in the Red Chamber in Abuja, oh, with so much comfort to my soul, at least I can now have a breathing space na obi, but shame to his enemies, especially those who has remained his enemies still on. Ifeanyi Ubah has left an oversized shoe na Igbo. Let us see whose leg that can fit in that shoe. Ebu dike na ogu no uboso ogu amaghị elu achọba dike. Ifeanyi Ubah dike na abụ, Ifeanyi Ubah di mkpa na abụ, eji m anya m wee fụ. Ifeanyi Ubah di mkpa na abụ, agụ na abụ, a bridge builder. Ndị Igbo, ndị Igbo, ndị Igbo, ndị Igbo, unu amaghị ife unu lụzuru. We might be ignorant, but time will show us that we have lost, that we have lost a treasure. Nnewi. I feel like crying. I feel like crying for Nnewi. I feel like crying for Nnewi. How I wish I can cry for Nnewi. So for the enemies of Ifeanyi Ubah and Nnewi, those who hated him so much that they wish him nyangwo, you people will later in this town Nnewi mold the image of Ifeanyi Ubah in your various houses. I can see that. Tata kamu ife Nnewi luzulu. I thought na mu ife Nnewi luzulu, but today kamu nwa wezu goma ife Nnewi luzulu. Tata kamu ife Nnewi luzulu. After his tribute today, my heart, my mind were a kind of peace and the comfort in my mind. And I can only wish Ebubechukwu ụzọ a safe journey to a place of peace. Go and rest. Go and rest. This world is too stressful for you to stay with people who don't value you and people who don't love you. Go and rest. Ụfọdụ na-eche na ọnwụ owo. If about for me, my mom nọ ndụ, my mom mee ka nghọta na ọnwụ uwu mmeri, na ọnwụ uwu mmeri, victory over all the stress of this life, victory over hatred, victory over ndọkasị ahụ, ọnwụ uwu the final victory, ọnwụ uwu the final victory. Nnewi, 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 Nnewi not local government. You Nnewi emecha ese ogono defa. For all the lovers of Ifeanyi Ubah and Nnewi, those who despite some errors, those who despite some errors that made him a human being just like us, they still loved him till today. I have comfort in my soul. But today again, what did they bring the culture comfort to my soul? The quality and the weight of the man. No, we will all this while, but we were playing jokes with him. How I wish that people knew. How I wish that people knew. Tell me, even Iwanyanwu would as the current President General of Igbo. I can only compare Ifeanyi Ubah to that of Dean Ikemba or the Ojukwu. Onye ka ewu na Nnewi ngolu, Mfulu ife mfulu today and sincere burial Ifeanyi Ubah ji wee draw closer. Onye ka ewu na ndị Spanda mechiri afia by 12. Onye ka ewu na Spanda na Balogu ya emechiri afia by 12. Ifeanyi Ubah dike. Ngụnwa na-amụ ya amụ nọ ndụ ngwa ụbọchị a achọghị afọ. We will want to see the kind of mark you will make. We want to see how people will feel na your absence. Ifeanyi Ubah may not be here today, but I believe that after what the family will see today, Ifeanyi Ubah nụrụ okuko onye mano ya no say so. He touched everywhere. This is my own tribute to him. But I am happy that I am giving this tribute with joy in my heart. Ifeanyi Ubah nụrụ okuko onye mano ya no say so. I saw the way this young man is one day I was having a discussion with my friend. Today we are not more like in talking terms, but I was having, he's a friend that usually I discuss more about and if sometimes we can argue, we can do a lot of things. I remember during the time of Kosharis, we argued a lot because Kosharis is from inside her, but Ifeanyi Ubah, the man who loved so much a long time ago. So that day we were arguing. We are not arguing. We are just talking about Ifeanyi Ubah. We say, now my fear every time on Ifeanyi Ubah is that na people like Ifeanyi Ubah Adam Notaka. Osin nampaye ekuda na ifa. Osin nampaye ekuda na ifa. Shina asa Jane Ibekwe. If you ever drop any comment concerning Ogechi and whatever thing here, I will block you immediately. Blue that your Nzuzu seen at this page, poor. Ashomima ABC. If you drop any post to Kwasa this wonderful moment, are you not from Newi? Why can't you go and talk to Ogechi? If you drop that comment here again, I will block you. This is not the time for messing around. You can take that to another page. Don't drop any comment here again, otherwise I will block you. I will block you immediately. I will block you immediately. I will not say it again. I will not say it again. Owesim nampaye kukwalo ye. Nampaye kukwalo ye. Nampesre na no ne Ifeanyi Ubah no na for somebody duko ne memba. Yeah, he was behaving as if he was hurrying to somewhere. He touched the sports industry. He touched the media. He touched everywhere. He conquered the business field. Ifeanyi Ubah conquered Africa in business. Okay, go and hit in Nayon and Negu. Go and hit in Nayon and Negu. Come on, Zuzuru Sebapo. You won't be Ibekwe. Ibekwe won't arrest Nemeka Malaki. Zuzupo. A lot of you will Zuzu out of my page this night because of Ifeanyi Ubah. Ndala on na chonye ya agbo geshi saga gbawukwa no wun na saga ebe a ono na agbawu wun na saga ndala you got to go. So I saw a man who conquered Africa in business, who conquered Belgium, conquered a lot of countries. A lot of people should find about their mates even when it comes to business. What affected Ifeanyi's business so much in Nigeria was his involvement into politics. And he knew, but he still never want to go back. He knew that na politics who a loss called to him. I believe till today that the greatest, some people termed it mistake, but I keep arguing till today. I told them it's not a mistake that Ifeanyi Ubah into politics. After Ifeanyi Ubah into politics, as more like somebody will call that needed to answer that call. And it's that as if he knew that everything was going to go like this. He had an opportunity to retreat, but he kept moving. Politics lost. If there is anything Ifeanyi Ubah venture that no gain or anything there, it is politics. You can't say that Ifeanyi Ubah gained anything in politics. It was politics that destroyed his business till today. Yes, Ifeanyi Ubah dominated Congo. Go and ask anybody who know about capital oil in Congo. Ifeanyi Ubah is not your kind of regular businessman you see around. For people who keep spreading rumors, he was borrowing, he was doing this, he was doing that, he was doing that. They were all spreading lies. The fact is that Ifeanyi Ubah will flop, just like every other man, like me and you. Tributal and Onyema touched me again. Alan Onyema said that he was on the same flight with Ifeanyi Ubah, flying to Lagos. Then, Ifeanyi Ubah no katapo na plane, we see. Alan, sometimes I wonder how you cope with this your airline business. I know that this airline business is a business that requires a lot of funds. Like it is a capital project. It is a business that requires a huge capital. I say yes. So say, sometimes I think on your behalf how you manage to cope in this business. Do you know the next thing there is one thing you can try to dispute about Ifeanyi Ubah everything, but one thing you can never take away from Ifeanyi Ubah is that Ifeanyi Ubah loved every Igbo man. As far as Afaro Wafi Igbo, Ifeanyi Ubah loved Igbo race. I can honor us into today, but I can still say it na his grave. Ifeanyi Ubah is an original Igbo man. Love him, hate him, say anything about him. We want to see how you are going to even make a single, even quarter of the legacy Ifeanyi Ubah lived at 52. Look at 52, his landmark and his footprint is all over Kano, is all over the northern, is all over the western, is all over Igbo, is all over Nigeria. Tribute was flying in from both the north, from both the west. Who has ever made that impact within the age 52 years? Ifeanyi Ubah no ndo. And you think Ifeanyi Ubah is your mate? You think Ifeanyi Ubah is your mate? Alan, I have some money lying somewhere that I am not using. I will want to give you that money. Use that money and give it back to me when you have it. Alan, see your words here. That it is okay, no? I said, no, buddy. I'm the one who is giving you. I want to give you that money. Take that money. Use that money and give it back to me. Now, or say the thing continue. Because no airpiece had way better. So if I Badana, Nyawaba, general confer with the pilot. Upon him coming down from the aircraft, or what if I was still waiting for him? If I put a question, Alan, about what we discussed, I want to give you that money. Use that money. Alan say, yeah, Alan, when I say that he knows that Ifeanyi Ubah, he knows, no, they regret not collecting that money from him. Because that Ifeanyi Ubah, he knows, would have given that money to another person. And even they would tell no how you wish you got that money. Because if I believe a long time ago, if I will not too long ago, for the man they told you he is broke, he is this, he is just trying to go into politics so that he can make money, he is broke, he is begging. You hated him. You hated him. Yeah? He sacrificed everything he has. He sacrificed the success of Capital Oil and Gas. We were all in this country when facility Ifeanyi Ubah was the highest in the whole Nigeria. He topped Otedola and the rest of them. When the facility the highest in Nigeria, Ifeanyi Ubah was dispersing above 40% of petroleum products the whole Nigeria they use. Yet we never valued him. We never valued a man who at his early 40s to late 30s was able to make such kind of achievement. People said he doesn't know how to do business. Ifeanyi Ubah is not a good. Ifeanyi Ubah, we all knew more than 10 years ago when Ifeanyi Ubah celebrated his 40 years birthday. What he should tell you is that Ifeanyi Ubah set up Capital Oil and Gas, one of the top leading oil firm, indigenous oil firm in Nigeria, when he was still 30-something years. This is a man you are calling a failure in business. How many of his mates achieved what he was able to achieve at that early stage of his life? The fact is that the silly politics and dirty politics are a man in Nigeria ruined half of Ifeanyi's fortune, but he never gave up. But what of the people on Anolo? He suffered a lot of hate among his people. You are wasting your time. The fact remains that he was hated by some people for just no cause. Ifeanyi Ubah with errors and flaws, just like you and me. You are not perfect. I am not perfect. But there is something that made him unique among some of our Igbo billionaires. And you know. After the tribute today, I have come to the conclusion that in my mind and in my heart, I am going to allow Ifeanyi Ubah to rest in peace. I have been battering with my heart behind this smiling face in front of camera. Only Ifeanyi Ubah they disturb him. I believe that Ifeanyi Ubah, especially the fact that maybe in them follow and a career mass or maybe a tribute. Not the boost we are there. You gotta go. So, to me, I believe that now this man will die minute he is going to show up. But after the tribute in Abuja today, I have decided to allow that gentleman. I have decided to allow that lion, the great lion of Africa, to rest in peace. Francis Aton Zeribe Murunoboda, Senator Francis Aton Zeribe, Iwanyamu, Opatike Nibuku, name them. Former governor of Anambra State, Odera, Augustine Ilodibe, Ekene Dirichukwu, Ajuru Zodike, Ozuzo Newi, call the name of great men. Can I have that person and Newi? Call the name of great men, both politicians, Semugolu, within the last 15 years to 20 years. Take away Ikemba. Oh my God. People mourn. You may hate him. But look at how Ndelade Osiwena mourn. Ndelade mourns every minute. Because at every slightest time, Ifeanyi Ubah will share. Hallelujah, must know when one certain time, onwelu problem. Ifeanyi Ubah was with him all through. That confirms a lot of testimonies people know about him. Remember the first day onwe break out in the trade fair, observe a moment of silence. Ngozi Emechebe, if I'm not mistaken, as Manda president, who number the Loma also Biabashi trade fair, that he was with Ifeanyi Ubah for more than 50 minutes on phone. Hanogido na phone. Ifeanyi Ubah Popata commissioner for Gono na Lagos State. Hapagido with the man or do call you Popata the governor at the call. Governor will call the commissioner always here. If you know what Ifeanyi wants, do it. Ifeanyi Ubah a legend. Only forget about differences. People may sponsor all kind of. Okay, Adazion, we are just making mouth. Erin woman won't let. Okay, Adazion. Since you did not get the saga you are waiting for, can you zuzu out of my page? Can another person natural saga? Biakwa here. Ndubisi Udemba. I don't even need to tell me how Ifeanyi Ubah will be. You can walk out of my page. You got to go. Ndedi na eche saga. Mono ogechi yaboma ke Ifeanyi Ubah. I want you to drop your comment now so that I can block you. Now that I have decided in my soul to allow Ifeanyi Ubah to rest in peace, drop one another comment about saga. Okay. Kenny Eze, let me block you immediately. Kelebeno, let me block you immediately. Sorry. Let me block you immediately. You gotta go. Everybody na Newi. The Newi mecha banyamanyamo. There may never be another Ifeanyi Ubah in the Newi anytime soon. Ifeanyi Ubah may mean different things to different people. But the fact remains that Igbo sake pepele not to lose Ifeanyi Ubah. Ifeanyi Ubah might mean another different things to different people. But ndị Igbo aka ekpe ekpele ka ndị Igbo gara iluse Ifeanyi Ubah. Ifeanyi Ubah dike obodo ọwụna supposedly inwe agụ na-abụ ọha alahụ ụla. That man had alahụ, that man had ezu ike. That man had ezu ike. And it's even of recent ka all those people na akpọ political failure. All kita a na-agụgasịrị a tribute ka anyị nọ wee fụ that Ifeanyi Ubah played an important role in the political journey of almost all these Igbo politicians until the day he decided to join actively in that politics. Ifeanyi Ubah is not a failure in the political scene of Nigeria. Ifeanyi Ubah is not a failure. I remember the day Rochas Okorocha made his first inaugural speech when he was elected the governor of Imo State. Rochas Okorocha said, and I quote, "I dedicate my victory to three people. Number one, the people of Imo State." No, he said number one, God. Number two, the people of Imo State. And number three, Mr. Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah. It was a long time ago when Ifeanyi Ubah was not active openly in politics. He was behind the scene doing wonders. He did wonders in PDP. He did wonders in Apuga. He did wonders in most of these political parties. Some of these governors you were seeing then, he played very vital role in the governorship. In the governorship even of almost all of them. But some of them called him failure in politics. Ifeanyi Ubah did not fail in politics. Ifeanyi Ubah did not fail in business. Ifeanyi Ubah did not fail. Ifeanyi Ubah achieved success in all these things. He is a fighter. That is one thing you can never take away from him. I'm not praying. I'm not praying for Ifeanyi Kosi Wedo Koda Kwasa Nnewi. But if I were to Kwasa Nnewi, God forbid, Nnewi we wish that Ifeanyi Ubah never died. I'm saying that because on that day, when you say to okuko chaka na so, e blue millions do cha na so. Ifeanyi Ubah. Dike jejemba. O ye buzo no n'ihu. Na atu aka si ndị ọzọ na-ese n'azụ. We were hearing a lot of things that were going behind the scene. He was a good man. He was a good man. A lot of people misjudged him. Maybe no destiny Ojiwebio, but that young man. Maybe no destiny Ojiwebio. He may not be but he may make mistake. As a man, yes, make mistake. There are some things you may think you can handle. Then along the line, the thing will slip out of your hand. Being ni wulu no nya na akwa na okoko the mother will laugh at wo eji afa po wi Ifeanyi Ubah. When government strangulated capital oil and gas, people were calling him, you were owing your workers. How do you want him to continue paying workers when capital oil and gas are not functional? People were not fair with that man. People were not fair to that man. He got a lot of judgment that most wicked politicians are with that. But people were considering that, no, instead of Ifeanyi Ubah, this person, coward. Yes, those were the people you were praising. Why a man who on a nature know some of the things Ifeanyi Ubah melumbo was in a win senator drum because constituency project here, constituency development fund. Oh, where go ne? I am asking you, how much is constituency development fund? Ifeanyi Ubah melu as a senator. He was using his capacity as a business mogul. He was using his capacity coming from a political party enwero ono na Nigeria. Ifeanyi Ubah was able to achieve. He merely entered into APC. For how long before on obviously maybe God never wanted him to become a governor, but God wanted to use him to prove something, which he did. Ifeanyi Ubah, that kind of man, I don't think no will anything doka impossibilities nanye. Mgbe Ifeanyi Ubah nwalo kan no we man onye ona yawo. On we came back first, go to them that na nto so ko godo. No Ifeanyi Ubah nwa agba. O nwere enyi nwoke mụ na ada no na Lagos. Nnọkọta asị nya na mụ kwetalo no na-eme nnọkọta ọdụ nka ya sị na mụ kwetalo Ifeanyi Ubah dụkọ surgery ka o jere ime wee nwụọ. Ọ sị m kere ife nji wee kwuo nwezie nọọsụ surgery aya agba mmadụ ọgwụ onye ahụ adọ unconscious ya enwe control over ahụhụ ka ọnwụ ahụ nwere ike ịbịanwu Ifeanyi Ubah confront ọnwụ ahụ na ọnwụ na Ifeanyi Ubah nọ na his conscious state heart attack ma ọ another thing bịa na Ifeanyi Ubah mma nwere ike fight ya through pụta. He is a fighter. Ndị Igbo lost a fighter. Ndị Igbo lost a fighter. With this tribute they made the man, it becomes a point of unity among Igbos, a unity gathering. People you never imagined came out in Abuja because of Ifeanyi Ubah. People you never imagined, they came out in mass because of Ifeanyi Ubah. Allen Onyema was everywhere. These are the people who recognize the impact of Ifeanyi Ubah in their businesses. Forget about people ụfọdụ ndị na Nnewi. Fa ga-ebe anya ma anya moo. Jee buru afọ okpoko unu zụọ. Ifeanyi Ubah ha si na Senate. Onye ahụ ọ na-agụkarịcha jebezie Senate. Iruo Senate ịta ya ata. Iruo Senate ịta ya ata. One thing we know is that there can never be any other Ifeanyi Ubah. There may be people, he has set the standard. There may be people who may be working towards beating that gap Ifeanyi Ubah they will, but there can never be any Senator Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah again. Only a lover of Ifeanyi Ubah after the tribute Enyeluye. Go and rest. Go and rest. Ifeanyi Ubah fought like a man despite all the hate. Despite all the hate. The hate was too much. Some people were hating him for no just reason. People acted as God over his business. People acted as God over his political career. They were predicting as if na this man will omeji odobirigu. Look at a man during the time of President Jonathan Nacho, a hand over. The whole oil marketer wanted to bring Nigeria to a standstill. Ifeanyi Ubah came out in his own usual way. Ifeanyi Ubah came out in his own usual way and rolled out over 400 trucks of petroleum products. A brilliant distributor na 36 states of federation. 36 states of federation who rescue them mother from the hardship. Oil marketers showed in Nigeria. On up to Robosi Onwolo, Okano in constant conflict with oil marketers in Nigeria because he doesn't seem to agree with them. His own ideology of business seemed to be different with their own. He battled with Nupeng, Anambra State chapter. Who doesn't know that? Because when they are trying to do all this mago, he always have a way of trying to bring in petroleum products oil at a cheaper rate. There can never be another Ifeanyi Ubah, the man who will be mad. If you are going to counter his successes in business, then you must be a joker. Pray that God can even make you. Pray that God can even make you to experience quarter of success that man is experiencing. At the age of 30-something years, that man was living his full life. At the age of 30-something years, that man was already super successful, doing competition with the likes of Otedola, Adenugafa, people who has been in that business for a long time before he came. He penetrated the Nigerian petroleum industry. He dominated. At 52, there is no billionaire in Anambra State or Southeast that has not come in contact with Senator Ifeanyi Ubah? How old are you? Are you a national figure like Ifeanyi Ubah? You can boast of being a businessman. You are successful in your business. Can you be a nation? In fact, it's all on Kano today. Akwa fa ukone bia Kano. Ndasa ya monyi. Eje na Yoruba land. Kwa fa ndasa monyi. In fact, ogaranya onedo na Nnewi a. O nwere ụfọdụ ogaranya ya akpa afa. Ndị Imo State ma onye ọwụ. But igosi ha iwe. Ha amaghị onye ọwụ. Across the 5 states in the Southeast, Emma Ifeanyi Ubah by face, a man is draw active. Facebook or news. He has been all over. He left his footprint everywhere at the age of 52. Look at some of us in about 13, 14 years today. I am 52 years. I am 52. Every 13 to 14 years from now, some of us are clock 52 can eziokwu maka na ekwu 52 years ya ishe na 52 years ya 72. At 52 he is able to achieve this level of comfort and influence. At 30 years Ifeanyi Ubah is already cruising in his own private jet, cruise ship, ship wow. P-Square had Weko, Kelegua had Weko, a capital cruise owned by him. He has his own jetty. Okay, Ifeanyi point. Bye bye. Bye bye. I want as many as you that will come in this program to come and mess up, so that I can block you and block you permanently. I can block you and block you. Pray in this life that you will achieve quarter of Ifeanyi Ubah achieve before you die. He should be a model you should be looking at. He should be an exemplary youth. All the successful youth to Ninenwelu na Southeast were loyal to him. Call them Obi Kubanafa. Anywhere he appears, he will steal the moment. You are hating a man that his grace is 50 times more bigger than yours. Pray that in this life you can achieve and touch lives. Do you know when Ifeanyi Ubah set up? Do you know when Ifeanyi Ubah set up Ifeanyi Ubah Foundation? I am asking you. Yeah? I am asking you. Only when you man kotolo, iwe wuro onye Nnewi, we na-ekwu okwu hate on Ifeanyi Ubah. Iwe na-asị m who hated him. The man is onye Nnewi. Or they draw informed with what is happening in the Nnewi. The man is draw informed with what is happening in the Nnewi. Some people in the Nnewi, they were not fair to Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, and there will be a day I will address Nnewi again about Ifeanyi Ubah. I've done that in the past. I've decided to put it in the fridge until I will continue asking until the day people here want me for this young man. When you go to Umuanuko Otolo, you will see his footprint scattered all over the places. Move around na Nnewi, hadiriki ya bata na a kindred ege Ifeanyi Ubah adoro na iri heli izola azolo, izolo ha azolo, ibiri enoma. Hadili na Nnewi onwe ogalanya akụ ye fesa na alu n'obodo a etu nke Ifeanyi Ubah si we fesa. You cannot argue it with him. You cannot argue it with him. The legacy Ifeanyi Ubah has left behind, I don't know who can ever. Hey! Ogiji na Nashebe nwolo ndị mmadụ na-eti ikuku ọma. Hey! Kedu ife kpatalụ na ezigbo mmadụ aha atọ atọ? Ọnwụ onye mekwara m ife a. Ọnwụ Ifeanyi Ubah mere m owo. Ọnwụ iji na Nashebe. Ikuku ọma na Nnewi. Ọnwụ ya wụrụ m akpata oyi. Mwe bịa to conclusion that na ezigbo mmadụ ada atọ. Ndị ajọ mmadụ na-ebi ogologo ndụ. Mana ezigbo mmadụ ahụ anụta aka. Pịara m ha nwụra. Look at Ifeanyi Ubah. Ifeanyi Ubah is more like the replica of Ifeanyi Ubah to now his capacity. Thank God that Chijioke Achebe is trying now to take over some of the responsibilities Ifeanyi Ubah, but the shoe is just too big. Chijioke Achebe, Dabara Hotels. Yes, at least Dabara is trying, but the shoe do too big. Makoni Ifeanyi Achebe onu akwa nwanne ye. Uposi akwari Ifeanyi Achebe na Nnewi. Ogalanya na ebe akwa. Ogalanya with escort okpo we bia. Park ya moto. Odona na ebe akwa. Na-eficha anya mmiri. Ịmana ọgaranya kwa nne ye mmadụ abịa. Ọgaranya kwa nna ye mmadụ abịa. Ọkwa nwanne ye mmadụ abịa. Mana ụbọchị ya akwazie. Onye ọ na-eficha aka. Ịghọtago sị at least anyị abịacha na nụrụ ife mgbe o mere ife. Ana m abịakwa kịta ọpụfụ m. Mana ụbọchị akwali ijinu ka nna wee malụ. Ndị ọgaranya bere ebe a call them almost ife Igbo ji eje mba nọ n'ụmụ dim that day, and they came and they relaxed as if they are not even going anywhere. That is the kind of person Ifeanyi Achebe wo. That is the kind of person Ifeanyi Ubah wo. I'm telling you, look at it. Varitary section hold Ifeanyi Ubah na Abuja. Even Manda Hausa, even Manda Yoruba, even Manda China. I saw Chinese people because you cannot take it away. He maintained a good relationship with the Chinese community. That is why Nije na Bendi na Igbo community in China. He is their grand patron. Yes. Imande ba yone Ifeanyi Ubah na China kponata Nigeria. Imande ba yone Ifeanyi Ubah na South Africa kponata Nigeria. Owulu na amụ Ifeanyi Ubah aka. Aka ya agbajigo. Ebere na emewolu ndị na celebrate mgbe ọ nwụrụ. Ihe ebe anya mo. Ị ga-ata afụfụ aka na-ekwu ya ndị mmachi na-asị. Owulu na ịnọ asọ ọgaranya. O wee na Ifeanyi Ubah nwụrụ. I wee na-enwe aṅụrị. Wee na-akpọ champagne. Wee na-celebrate. Afago sorry. Sorry is your name. Various families that are feeding off this man. Thousands of people that have become hopeless because of this man. May God forgive you. God will forgive you. May God forgive you because we definitely don't want to lose another person. May God forgive you. He is not a bad person after all. Like people painted him. They painted him black. They painted him everything. But oh my God. Yeah? Oh my God. Ama na ịmani gene of man because na ebe oke na ebe ogene now. Nwanne enwe ka ọgọ na awuru n'edi. Ama na nwanna yo na ebe oke na ebe ogene. You gotta go. You see? Ndị Igbo. Na ndị Igbo mụ ife ha luzuru. Aya asị ọnwa Ifeanyi Ubah. Mana ya doba. Just like Ife Kelonye could do that thing. No one would Ifeanyi Ubah na to you. Because Ifeanyi Ubah is a fighter. And Ifeanyi Ubah to anybody. He doesn't fear anything. Even on he doesn't fear anything. Even on a lot of Umo Colombian and Newi, he like associating with oh my God. Look at Anambra Progressive. Look at young man no within Ifeanyi Ubah's age that can have the mind and the goodwill of assembling over 600 billionaires na Igbo to form Anambra Progressive. Over 600 billionaires na Igbo to form Anambra Progressive, where they will bring out money and give this person in confidence to use it to build a project. That was what gave birth to the first building along a permanent site teaching hospital in Akamiri. nke alụlụ n'Ekwulọbịa, nke alụlụ n'Ọka hospital, and nke mamọ na-alụchana n'Ọnịsha, because na ebe a chọbụla ịlụ nke ahụ n'Ọnịsha enwere an issue pụtara ebe a ọdụ nke ebugharịzirie ịda na amozime ebe ọzọ ebugharịrị n'Ọnịsha. Anambra progressive during the time of COVID. Ifeanyi Ubah nwere the kind of spirit onwelu. That was why he wanted to make his footprint everywhere. He scattered the resources. But I'm not going to tell because Moke de Verife happen by giving them money and color capital oil business to come in. Moke de Verife other business connection. Ifeanyi Ubah ana go tribute Ifeanyi Ubah pato iwe na awosam pato iwe na awosam Moke ti le go ni ife niile Moke we business in Nigeria. Are you not aware? Ifeanyi Ubah kwurie once mgbe ọ nọ ndụ, I thought he was joking. I thought he was joking when he said that more than 60% of the variable asset and business is not even in Nigeria. I thought he was joking. But they thought that by strangulating capital oil and gas business, they are going to take him out. When they did it, they still saw Moke. Have you ever asked yourself why capital oil and gas government first independent oil and gas government the other one capital oil and gas limited, first independent oil and gas limited, Oil Force Nigeria. Have you asked yourself why they strangulated these three companies? Oil Force Nigeria, Capital Oil and Gas, First Independent Oil and Gas. They strangulated it. Oh no, I know the kind of man you are dealing with. You will know the kind of man you are dealing with. They thought they defeated Ifeanyi Ubah because no one go, but for matter that Ifeanyi Ubah victory over this world. Moke tokasiro moye too much. Moke lose a lot. Ifeanyi Ubah lost a lot. What would he even have gained in politics if not because of humanity? He was already enjoying his life now, his 30s. The man Ife Moke well assets scattered all over the federation. He had assets worldwide. Shipyard here in China. It is about him. Go and work up, mate. Go and work up, mate. Go and work up, mate. Yet, Moke achieved all these things before the age of 40. We can never have another Ifeanyi Ubah. If I can wish anything, if I can wish anything, it could have been to grant him 1 whole hour interview. 1 whole hour interview. Only God knows that I was already planning that in August. I was coming back on that fateful day, July 27th. If I made you for that day, for over 13 years, Adama drive home with Lagos. I pay for people to drive me back. I pay for people to come and drive me back. On that fateful day, 27th of July, I decided that enough is enough. That more ways to go. Yanya moto. See Lagos January. No one if any bad day. I took it upon myself on that day. Nakwilo. Nyemoto oko. So I've been driving for over how many years? Why will onye moto nyamoto ta after 4 months? Or sin no moto J East. Even Kenya I decided to take it up upon myself. I was driving that day. That I did it. Gacha Bini na Badata Abatawa Namo Delta State. In fact, Abatagon Delta State. One Yemo Bele Lokata Ifeanyi Moke. Send the other message na WhatsApp. Mepeye. Or Sahara reporters. A Nigerian senator Senator Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah reported died in UK. Hey! Akpatoyi, hit si manamu, hit si manante, hit si mananya. Na gosese ndị police kwụsịrị m na Asaba na Delta State about ebe 20 minutes or 25 minutes to ebe ahụ yafo. Welcome to the capital city. Amom mgbe nji wee negotiate here, I gave them 50,000. Na wee pụta na hold up Asaba. We made that broadcast made that day. Enweta home win that day. Anya na ashamoko. Isi naton. People were calling me, those who know how much I love Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. They were calling me. Many calls were coming from Zambia. Because they know you dare not mess around with Ifeanyi Ubah even non Zambia. I will confront you. I will confront you. Because I know the man, Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. Ifeanyi Ubah ye will genye without even allowing you to know. The man impacted the life of so many people. The only difference is that many people who ate from the pocket of Ifeanyi Ubah later became his enemies because of greed, selfishness. That is why in Juedo, betrayal. And zero tolerance to betrayal. I hate betrayal with passion because these are people who feed from your pocket. They were the people who will be used as the greatest instrument to fight you. Yes, the people who ate from your pocket, the people who ate from your table, the people who ate your money like no man's business will be the greatest tool that your enemy will use to fight you. He suffered betrayal left, right, and center. Even from those who never knew that one day they will own a car. They own exotic cars because of Ifeanyi Ubah. Those who never knew that they will touch 1 million, touch $10,000 because of Ifeanyi Ubah. Those who never knew that they can even enter airpeace to Abuja, enter the international flight to Turkey and China and so many places because of Ifeanyi Ubah, London. Those who never knew that they could achieve many things, achieved all those things because of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. Even those he nurtured in his media team that ended up being an attraction to become governor's aides, or a lot of people. He raised people even in the media community. No wonder Anambra State media, whatever, the way we candle night. He got to go. Ebeni. Fela Ejiofo. I don't want that comment here. Isho yenya no gechi yeje gbasaga. Ije engage ogechi na saga. Adama Agbasaga. A lot of things has been said about Ifeanyi Ubah. We have fought a lot of it when he's alive. Every single thing about Ifeanyi Ubah when he's no more. It's a tribute to Nenye. I started giving him a tribute a long time ago. Onye nwa nke ihe ekwu mgbe ọ nọ ndụ is what matters. So onye ọna na-asị gị bịa kwuo okwu maka Ifeanyi Ubah, wee onye chọọ ka ya na Ogechi jee nụọ ọgụ. And it can never happen. It can never happen. I've made series of videos about Ifeanyi Ubah. Ifeanyi Ubah whooped at his hard-earned monies. I don't even know why that young man put money where people don't value him. He put in a lot of money where people don't value him. I don't know why. His footprint, project, a lot of obi, a lot of women. You can set your foot on a nail. Nobody can tell you that. Obosi Angelo, Omanu Kotoro, Inonekwa Hall Onka, renovated by Ifeanyi Ubah, Inonekwa Hall Onka, built by Ifeanyi Ubah. And most of these things we formulated more than 50 years ago, 20 years ago, even before he joined active politics. It can never happen. It can never happen. It can never happen. You want to go? It can't happen. Global. Senator Patrick Ifeanyi Ubah. There can never be anyone like him. Jena Street ya ubalubeye. Ebeni ne ekwo yoyo. Ogaranya ya wa na eri ego yo na amuamu. Container gift to na bata babe. During the time of Kero Direct. Ifeanyi Ubah kechalo kerosene na north. Ifeanyi Ubah kerosene na east. Ifeanyi Ubah kerosene na west. wee jụọ ndị sịrị na ife niile ọ na-eme wo maka gọvanọship ọ na-azọ, wee jụọ ha wee sị ha Ifeanyi Ubah na-azọ gọvanọ n'ugwu Hausa, Ifeanyi Ubah na-azọ gọvanọ na be ndị Yoruba, ọkwa Ifeanyi Ubah gọvanọ of Anambra steeti ka ọ na-azọ, Ifeanyi Ubah na-azọ gọvanọ of Imo steeti, but Ifeanyi Ubah ya eburu kerozin kechie na lita burie kpakarịba all over Nigeria je na-eke ihe. Unu sị na maka politics, unu sị na maka politics during the time of COVID-19. Okay, palliative be na Nnewi ya, ke palliative na Lagos, okay, palliative na be na Nnewi ya, ke palliative na facility yo nwelu na nka mu Odofe na nko that keriva na Apple Junction ebe ahụ authority newspaper akupe container aneke goodies yana na Lagos. Ifeanyi Ubah land ya ana-atụ akwụkwọ gọvanọ na Lagos, ana-atụ akwụkwọ gọvanọ na Lagos. Yeah, the only fire service ka ọgụnụ do na Balogun market wee Ifeanyi Ubah butere ebe ife o nwere afia do na Lagos o wojeri ya na o nwere ebe ahụ nye ka ha wee lụọ ọgụnụ. Oga, we will miss Ifeanyi Ubah. Hey, look, one thing I've been able to tell you this night, for all those people who are telling you that Ifeanyi Ubah is not a good businessman, tell them to achieve what Ifeanyi Ubah achieved at the age of 30 years. Tell them to do that. If they cannot do that, let them shut their mouth. Hameshiano. Involvement of Ifeanyi Ubah into politics was what wanted to crash his empire. If not that Namuka Abagomboro Gusike overconfidence, Ifeanyi Ubah stayed relevant until Obosio Kuburi Ume. Ifeanyi Ubah Kubi Ume. Or now Fiona all the TV stations. Nkonye wiletua kana jo. Aside Ikemba. Nkonye wiletua ho. All the haters of Ubah na Nnewi. Mande say no ha undi techipo. Ubosono ya no shando na kaifuka Igbo si we shetonu. Kaifuka Igbo si we shetonu. Umu Igbo no na China na elujo. Ndị Igbo no na South Africa na elujo. Ndị Igbo no na different African countries na elujo. Ndị Igbo no na US na elujo. Eholu Ifeanyi Ubah candle night in so many countries. Eholu Ifeanyi Ubah candle night in so many countries. Trade fair short will have down because of Ifeanyi Ubah. A lot of in fact, top even Atiku Abubakar, Unyausa, a lot of people paid tribute to Ifeanyi Ubah now their official Facebook page. That is how relevant Ifeanyi Ubah to Nigeria. That is how important Ifeanyi Ubah to Nigeria. He is a national figure. He is a state material. Ebo no also batalo anuwa ama na Ifeanyi Ubah batalo. Mbadi no nobody nefu. The man simply came, saw and conquered and left. Medano ifo melu from Fojuaba. And I ego. In a pass ego, your entire generation yeli. O banke fesaye ozuombono. O bangongwana wala onwe. Hapụrụ na ifu na-emeba je wala onwe. Ụwa na-celebrate ye. Ụwa na-celebrate ye. All thanks to people do kachika sing and Nnewi. Those who stood by Nwoke, shaking him up and down. The men who don't make noise. You want to go? Happen to declare your enemy openly. Can the madman how would deal her? Jane was champagne na ango. Mana Nnewi mecha banyamanyamo. One thing is sure, there can never be another Ifeanyi Ubah. Ebechukwu na Nnewi. O utekwolumo. Mana ya dowa. O utelumo. Mana ya dowa. We are watching and we are coming up. What I am praying is for God to give us enough resources so that we can know if we can fit in that shoe he left. Oluwayeme, standard Ifeanyi Ubah top notch. Look at what he did when the moment of sports industry. Look at what he did. Within a short time, He became the chairman of NFA, Anambra chapter, because of what he did. Even as sports sector, Nigeria, people were giving him tribute, left, right, and center. In fact, Keluni, who is who? Jigari, he dropped Bena, Efa, Maka Ifeanyi Ubah, who is who? Everybody felt his footprint. Whether they know who outside, Kenona Nande Yoruba, Kenona Igbo. Ifeanyi Ubah is a man of all. Priscilla Santos, please stop sending this message. You want to what is your aim? Please stop sending this thing, or do you what is your aim in this broadcast? I don't like what you are doing, please. Stop sending that thing. It's enough. Okay. Can block Ogusubo. Because on na match on na mu me if on put on amara oma kediva na akpo there. Imagine oge nju shop ta if on eme. Don't worry. After the broadcast I will block you. You gotta go. Share this video. No, of course, I'm going to me. Share this video. Share this video. Everybody deserve more. Everybody deserve more. But okay, modern mother, I don't know. Johnny had na that doba, but he conquered and he left. I suspected that this man, I am not Aka. Only if I knew who was it, God, you know. I suspected that this man, I am not Aka. Every day can they live with the intense fear that Ifeanyi Ubah ga not Aka. Urumba actually Ebawiye Nenugukun say, hey, Namukuli Ife Ifeanyi Ubah survive one physical battle. Peaceful one, we woye. Dike we na kaya se na. But I even for peaceful transition. Peaceful transition. Thank God he did not go through the painful way. Thank God no ozu dike awo ozu tan cancel. Ozu ndem mother ya bia gbanene. Thank God na ozu dike awo ozu ndem mother ya bia kiri na nkwo Enugu. Thank God. At least nwoke nwuru nwoka dike na-eme ọnwụọ ude edebe na mba. Ozu dike a suppose họpụta n'ama ndị mmadụ a na-enene ozu dike n'ama. Ebechukwu ụzọ. Ifeanyi Ubah nwụtụkwa ụwa anwụ. Ifeanyi Ubah nwụrụ anwụ. Nya in 2, 3 or 4 days time eburu dike dọị na ana. Eburu dike dọị na ana. Okwu alịlị ka ọwụ. Ịghọtago? Okwu alịlị ka ọwụ. Okwu alịlị ka ọwụ. Mana ya dọba. Nke dị n'iru ka mma. Governor of Anambra State. Ndị ya web ya wụrụ. Anambra South Senatorial District. Ndị ya ata bịa n'uwolu. That was what brought about all this hate. Why are you where? Onye. They preferred even the last man to have it rather than Ifeanyi Ubah. They preferred even onye deserve her to have it rather than Ifeanyi Ubah each day. That was the game plan. That was the game plan. They hated him like tomorrow no day. Some of them started popping champagne because na faga nwanwo. Mukene can Igbo celebrate yayo. Everybody must not love you. You gotta go. We are saved in auto pass because of this man. A former ogaranya na a politician no na Igbo humiliated Ifeanyi Ubah. It was controversy upon controversy. It was controversy upon controversy. Yet it did not deter this man. Among the kind of spirit that man umelu. Nde no yen so supposedly be a kowala ye. Even that man got Ifeanyi Ubah do too much. Maybe that guy is here with that. Maybe that guy is here with a liver. I'm telling you, he was all over the place as if he knew that he would not stay long. After the tribute, my mind is at rest. Ifeanyi Ubah attracted attention that only Ikemba has ever attracted in Igbo. The news was all over the media. And they spread there ko governor nwolo, and they spread there ko president nwolo. Akwa na anya mu na go ka senator Anioko Nkwo no we nwu okaka ojoto. Akwa ye no ayi na senator Anioko Nkwo nwu okaka ojoto nwu. Enuru ko wule etu nke Ifeanyi Ubah si wewu. Gbakene okwa dika Igbo ukwu nwolo. Iwu anya nwu ha nwolo. Ato nzeri be, Francis ato nzeri be nke Uguta. Nke mu na go ma from mgbe ipere mpe. Mgbe Ifeanyi Ubah ma mgbe opere mpe. Fancha niile nwolo. Nyaka Ifeanyi Ubah nwa 52 years nwolo. Ọ na-afịafịọ n'eze ezo na Nigeria. Ọ na-afịafịọ n'eze ezo na Nigeria. Nyadowa. Esi na ihe meka dike, mekene ka dike. May his soul rest in perfect peace. May his soul rest in the bosom of the Lord. May his soul find peace. May the soul of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah and the soul of all the faithful departed through the mercy of God have eternal rest. I think I will leave it here. Mane say na Ifeanyi Ubah say na Ifeanyi Ubah say. Mekeni for melu within a short time or before one. Achieve mekeni for melu within a short time or before one. 52 years. Amama ho nendo keta. Amama ho no follow. Alone 52 years here. Ngoma do 60 years. Wopukene 30 years na your year. Gonna keep meditating with the 30 years. That guy became a stinking billionaire at the age of, in his late 20s, by the 30s. He conquered business field across the globe and came back to Nigeria in 2001. Ifeanyi Ubah at the age of 52 years. And Ifeanyi Ubah penetrated the downstream sector of Nigerian oil and gas. In 2001. From 2001 to Keta, 2001 to 2010 is 10 years. 2010 to 2020 is 20 years. From 2020 to 2024 is 24 years. 24 years minus it from 52 years. 24 years minus it from 52 years. Iwopu 20 or 30. Iwopu 4 or 28. Ifeanyi Ubah penetrated the Nigerian downstream oil sector at the age of 28 years. At the age of 25, nwoke aswana puto kagono. Inecha ya anya wesi na Ifeanyi Ubah a failure in business. Sekwa wologo. At the age of 28 to 30 years, Ifeanyi Ubah lolo the most biggest jetty in Nigeria. Even till date, NMPC can use to facilitate Ifeanyi Ubah. NMPC can use to facilitate Ifeanyi Ubah. He owned over 800 trucks carrying petroleum products all over 36 states in Nigeria, dispensing over 40 to 45% of entire petroleum products, and they use in Nigeria. They say Ifeanyi Ubah a failure. But for the sake they go private jet. On and they took a young private jet and wow. They make level working ako. makwale bụ nwoke na-akụ. Nigeria oil and gas sector still remains the biggest industry in Nigeria today. We are happy to have our own. Ego subsidy. Ifeanyi Ubah so onye ketara highest ego subsidy. O wuri Ifeanyi ejighị ya anya ọkụ n'ozuru gọọmenti ohi. Ihe ala ike dị ka ọwụ na nwanne wu jezute gọọmenti. Ife gọọmenti anyị na-eme anyị ọmara mma. Ihe ala ike abrand ya ye oyi thief. Ndị be anyị soro na-akpọ ya ndị Igbo unu mere alụ. Ndị Igbo unu mere alụ o. Some of us owe Ifeanyi Ubah an apology. Some of us owe Ifeanyi Ubah an apology. Mana ya doba nke dị n'ihu ka mma ọba politics. Within a short time ọba politics. Look at the landmark he has been able to make. Yet they called him a political failure. They called him a political failure. The likes of Nicholas Okashkun and Dotuha was in the system before he came. Yet they called Senator Ifeanyi Ubah a political failure, but he died as an active senator. He died as an incumbent senator. How can you call him a failed family man? The news and the gospel is out there. He is a good elder statesman. He is a good townsman. He is everything good you can ever. He always want to look for something good. Or ye melunde mado Igbo Igbo ke mesiano. Because I Akwa Ifeanyi Ubah na Nnewi ebunu ya funde kwa atolo. On this note, I beg to end this night broadcast. But once more, my mind is not at peace today. I can now allow. Now my mind though, but in my mind, I cannot allow the soul of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah to rest in peace. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Everybody choose on my man. Now I know the own name.